Amanda here from createyourfuture.co. So today we have Denise with us. Hi, Denise.
Hi, guys. Hi, Amanda.
So Denise is a coach here at Create Your Future. And today we have a success story of someone who manifested their SP, their specific person. And yeah, so this is an awesome story. So let's jump right into it.
Okay. So just a little backstory is she created this SP and met him through a dating site. And then they got official and decided that they weren't seeing anybody else. A few weeks after that, she got, maybe it was 2 weeks or so, a fear came up that he may go back to the dating site. And this has happened to her in the past before. So she kind of focused on that. And sure enough, she went and checked, and there he was back on the site. She signed up for coaching, and through the coaching and the intentions, she turned it all around and reached out recently and let me know that they've been traveling and spending a lot of time together. She got the manifestation down packed. She manifested him telling her that he loves her. He wants to move in together. They've been discussing engagement rings. So she says 2 carats, LOL. Marriage, finances, and they've picked out their future baby names. So they're strong and good and solid, and yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. Good for her. But you know, one thing that's so important that you said in that story is that, you know, because she had boyfriends that went, you know, behind her back on the dating app, you know, and that was a fear of hers that she focused on. She ended up recreating it. And, you know, that's something that, you know, we always have when we've got past relationships that didn't turn out so well. You know, those are sort of things can be carried forward into our current relationships. And, you know, and that's what, you know, what Denise does in the coaching is helps you to break those patterns or to identify if it is a general belief that you've been carrying forward or one specific to that actual relationship, right? Mm-hmm. So, you know, one thing that we do, right, with the previous, if you got the previous past sort of history, is to remind yourself that it's a different person. You know, just because one guy cheated on you or girl doesn't mean that every Jerry in the world is going to cheat on you and that they are a completely different person, right?
Yeah, and that you're creating this person. So continue with your intentions of how you want them to show up and keep holding them as the best version of themselves. You want to always see the best in people, everyone in your life. You want to just always see the best in them because that's what you're going to create. That's what you're going to get. And I think that it's good. I mean, it's almost like one of those things where it shows up and we don't feel good about it, but we can also be grateful that it showed up because now we get to rewrite it and it gets to come out and we can move on and know that it's not going to continue to be a pattern in our lives. So things like these are also blessings because it's a chance to break a pattern and move on and start thinking differently and creating differently.
Oh my God, totally, right? We want something different in our life. We've got to start thinking differently. Mm-hmm. And, you know, and that's the biggest thing. And I think it really comes down to not so much trusting other people, but it's about trusting yourself and trusting your intentions. You know, if you say, well, look at, you know what, Jerry's busy tonight and he's faithful, you know, and I know this, and you're not trusting that he is, you're trusting your intentions, that your intentions work, that people are going to show up the way that you create them to show up, you know, and it's about trusting you, you know, that's really what it's about at the end of the day, right?
Yeah, having confidence that you know that everyone is you pushed out and that you are the creator, you are the God of your reality. Like, it's really that simple. You are.
Right? There's nobody else, unfortunately.
Nobody.
Just you. But you create so many people to be around you, to spend time with you, so you don't feel alone, so you feel like you have people around you, and you get to choose how they get to treat you. And, you know, and that's the most empowering thing in life, is to know that we no longer are at the mercy or a victim of how other people treat us, but we're actually empowered and that we're actually creating it, you know, and that's one of the best things ever. And when people really get their head around this and they really start to understand how everyone is you pushed out works, there's nothing that they can't accomplish in this world, whether it be starting a foundation, feeding the homeless, the hungry, housing people, doing great things, becoming billionaires, having relationships that they want. There's nothing that you can't do when you understand this principle. Whatever you want to be, you can have it when you understand it. So, you know, practice it.
Yeah, and understanding it intellectually and then actually believing it. It's kind of a different thing, but you can, if we will get there. Once we understand it, then you keep reminding yourself and you keep intending that this is real, this is how this works. You do understand it. You can practice it in your life and you'll see signs of it showing up here and there, and then it just gets bigger and bigger.
It does. Yeah, you're right. It's about practicing it, constantly practicing. It's one thing to just know it, but it's another thing to practice it, because then you actually know it, you know of it when you think about it, you know it intellectually, but you know it when you practice it, and yeah, that's totally true. So one thing that we always suggest is writing a list of everyone as you pushed out, little manifestations, not things that are impossible, but they are possible yet unlikely, so you will recognize them, or uncommon, so possible yet uncommon, so you do recognize them, people saying things, wearing things, doing things, and not just a list of one or two, put a lot on there so you can see what stuff shows up and what stuff doesn't, because sometimes you may have a block to certain things showing up, but other things may show up quite easily.
Yeah.
And so
and don't expect to see them all the same day you create them, because that's also not how it is really designed to work. There's kind of a longevity in the process, and we like that part of it. That's the good part. So yeah,
somebody make the list weekly.
Right.
Maybe daily if you're waiting, expecting things and give up quickly. Maybe not do it daily. Maybe do it weekly.
Or do it daily, but understand that it may be a week before one of those things shows up, or 4 of them shows up, and that's great. That's fine. Still celebrate it, because you still created it, and you've still got it. You're doing it.
Exactly. Well, that is so awesome. If anybody is looking for coaching with Denise, definitely check the description below. And guys, thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.